So my name is Bob Kaiser. I'm a leadership coach and a mediator. And a lot of times when I'm talking to clients who are leaders, they mention to me that they feel like they're in kind of a hard position, a difficult position. They're in one of where they make rules. They are asking that these rules be followed by their employees, by their staff. And sometimes this can be a not so pleasant situation for them. Sometimes conflict can arise. How many people can relate to this? Woo, okay, good. I was going to say if you can't get up. So with that in mind, with conflict arising, how do we handle this? And that's where this comes in, this talk. So let me get my clicker. Real quickly, this may not apply to everyone, but just to kind of make sure we're on the same page. The first one, basically having a manager that works with you that maybe is a little softer on the rules than you are. So when you discipline, it looks like you're the hard, you know what? You know what I'm talking about. Anybody can relate to that one? Yes? Yeah. Okay, so what about when you're doing staff meetings? That one particular employee who kind of challenges you all the time. Am I the only one? Okay, just checking. Okay, good morning. Hi. Have a seat. Hi, you're in. Okay, so on the last one, when you bring an employee in because they're not following the rules or whatever it may be, and they are sure you are out to get them. Does anybody have this experience? Okay, and then as a leader, when we have to address this, like, come on. But we can't do this, can we? Because our actions, our reactions, can affect our entire team. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So today our goal is to explore different strategies to deal with these conflicts. With that in mind, our objectives to examine different responses to conflict besides the wanting to scream and hit somebody. Learn how to de-escalate intense conversations. And last one, strategize how to create win-win interactions. Sound good to everybody?
Yes.
Woohoo! Let's go. Okay, so first of all, I want you to pair off real quickly. And this is interactive, so please feel free to ask questions, make comments. I encourage everything. But please pair up real quickly, and I want you to discuss how do you personally respond to conflict. For me, my blood pressure rises, I get a tone in my voice, etc. So kind of pair up real quickly and discuss how do you respond to conflict. Okay, let's come on back. Come on back. I want to hear what you have to say. So how do you respond to conflict? By the amount of talking, I can tell there are quite a few responses to conflict. So give me some. Yes?
Stop, pay attention, listen to what the other is saying, and then respond.
You are very evolved. So what she said was she stops, she pauses, and she, what is it? Pays attention. Listen.
And then respond.
So if I'm not available to teach this next time, you just move to the back and please. So, yes, how do you respond?
Yeah, as a subordinate, I would listen to my manager if I have, but I try to present what I think and why I think it, and try to have I have open conversation.
Great. That's a great goal. Is that what happens all the time?
No.
Yeah, for me. Okay, let me just explain one thing. Today, I'm Bob Kaiser, leadership coach, mediator. But in my life, I promise you, I will leave here today, and I'm pretty sure I'll be in conflict where I might react. So there is no judgment here. I think we all react. I've been studying this for a long time. And as one of my staff members is here, she can attest to. We all kind of respond. Let me rephrase that. We react sometimes. So, but thank you for that. So, what are some other responses or reactions to conflict? What else?
You get shut down.
Shut down. Yes. Check. What else?
Anger.
Anger. Yes. What else?
Poker face.
Poker face. Oh, I love that. That's a good one.
Or if you don't have a poker face, then it just shows.
Or it just shows, yeah. Yeah, my boss is always like, so what are you thinking, Bob? I'm like, oh. So, well, here's some that I kind of came up with. Is there anything not on here that someone has? Okay? Yes?
Well, dry mouth, I always get it.
Dry mouth, yeah. Yeah. Television for me, that happens a lot. And the reason that I'm doing this workshop today probably is because of the stress that this can create in our lives. How many people have left their work, gone home, thought about a conflict all night long, went to sleep, thought about, well, tried to go to sleep, thought about the conflict all night long, and got up, and then, was tired. Yeah, yeah. This is really stressful stuff. So, here's my question. Why does this happen? Okay, and we've all heard of the fight or flight syndrome, correct? Yes?
Yeah.
So when we get into conflict, our reptilian minds kick in. So what happens is that we have two choices usually when we are in conflict and we have that response, okay, that reaction. Either we can fight, so we can say something, you're stupid, I don't know, or we can have the poker face or get the heck out of there, okay? But usually we're not in our right mind, okay, literally. Because in the fight or flight syndrome, I'll say syndrome for now, what happens is that the blood goes away from our brains and goes into our body, making us ready to either fight or flight. So that's why, because we have no brain, we have no blood in our brains, basically, we're saying whatever, you're stupid. And we're like, why did we just say that? Why did I just say that? Make sense to everybody? Has everybody experienced this? Yeah. Just this morning. It's never too early for a good conflict. Especially married. Okay, so, with that in mind, what can we do? What can we do about this situation? Before we go forward, actually I have a disclaimer. A lot of times when I'm teaching this, participants will ask me, or they'll say to me, Bob, if I could only get people to do what I want them to do, things would be fine. I don't have magical powers. I am so sorry. I can't help you control other people. So that's not an option. Okay? So with that in mind, what can we do in these situations? What do you think? What can we do?
One of the things that I said was, you know what, I just don't want to be a pain in your ass. Because they opened up to me.
Great. So I don't want to be a pain in your ass. So okay, great. I'll take it. What else can we do in this situation? Yes.
I want to better understand where that person is coming from.
I love that. Yes. What are you thinking? What's going on in your experience of this? I love that. What else can we do?
Not taking comments personally.
Not take things personally. This almost sounds like that you're creating a safe environment for effective communication to take place. So in conflict, a lot of times we don't feel safe, right? That's why the fight or flight response happens. Okay, we don't feel safe. So, first of all, tell me what makes up an unsafe situation or environment. What are some things? Not being heard, not being understood. What else? Hostility, yes. What else?
Not being appreciated.
Not being appreciated, yes.
Past experience with that same person.
Past experience with that same person. Interesting. Okay, so it creates unsafe for us. Yeah.
Pattern of behavior.
Sorry?
A pattern.
A pattern of behavior, yes.
The person doesn't care about what you have to say.
Person doesn't care about what you have to say, yes. What else?
Demands for a specific resolution.
Demands for a specific resolution, yes. Okay. Has everybody been in this position as the recipient of this? Yes? Okay. How many of us have been the people who have actually created this situation? Yeah. I think whenever we are in that response, good morning. Hi. I think there's a tendency for us to do this. So, with that in mind, I think the first place we can look at is within ourselves. Okay, so when we find ourselves in conflict, when we find ourselves having that reaction, what can we do? Do these look familiar? Yeah, I think everybody knows this, correct? Is there anybody here this is new for the first time? No, this is all, just as a reminder, you know, you just walk away, call a friend or colleague, look at why you're getting so upset. Usually when we're upset, it is because we're afraid that we're going to lose something or we're not going to get something. When we are afraid in conflict, it's usually because we're afraid we're not going to get something or because we're afraid we're going to lose something. What are your thoughts about that? Agree? Disagree? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay, good. And usually our ego is threatened. Okay? Ego? Or we feel out of control. Yes?
Well, I understand all of that, and I'm using all of that when I need it. But when if your employee come to your office and already just way of their body language, the way how they come to my office, I know they're ready to fight.
Right?
So I can't walk away. I can still breathe.
Which is a huge thing. Yeah.
But I can't call a friend. I can do that after I talk to her. But now, what's the solution now? I came to, from many years experience and hard way, I learned that first of all, I try to do kind of relaxed environment. Please sit down. Do you want some water? Here is a candy, help yourself. So kind of loosen up a little bit.
That's exactly it.
But what else we can do with, after, I do all of that. That's for my stress to relieve. But before the even conflict occurred, what we can do.
So actually, it sounds like you're doing a really great job. And what the question was how can we deal with someone who comes at us with conflict? We can't leave the room. We can't, I can't call a friend or colleague. Can you hold on 1 second? But what you did mention, and which I really like, is you said, do you want to have a seat? Offer them something to drink, trying to calm them down, but calming ourselves down. So actually, I think you are doing it. I think that, and the key to that is helping them, you're creating that safe environment. So, and we're going to go on a little bit to go more in depth of that.
I'm too early.
No, you're a little ahead of me. I appreciate it. You're very, well, but you're on the right track. Do you have a question?
No, sometimes you can't get out of that, and so you just have to brace yourself and just first things first is to remain calm.
I love that.
Not personalize it and just sort of find a way, which is the hardest thing to do over time.
Yeah.
Techniques to maintain calmness and to slightly disassociate yourself so that you can calm down.
So the goal, and I'm going to kind of rephrase that. Thank you so much. That was perfect. Is our goal is not to react. Not to react. That means in that situation, I may choose to just listen and not react. It's also viable, in most cases, to say, you know what, thank you so much. This is information, I really need this information. I need about 5 minutes. Let me come back and get you, or if it's possible. There's some times when it's not possible. But the point is to put a pause between when we take in the stimuli and when we react in order to respond. In reaction, we don't have a choice. We just react. Response is having a choice, saying, I really want to bite his head off. I know this is probably not the best idea. Maybe the best I can do is just be quiet. Shh, don't speak. That makes sense? Okay. So, with that in mind, what should be our goal when we find ourselves in conflict? And I think that actually you just kind of started us down this topic, but what should be our goal? So we've calmed ourselves down, or we know that we are not going to react, hopefully. So what should be our goal in this whole thing? And especially dealing with the other person. What should we be thinking of? What is our number one goal right now? Yes?
Getting our way.
It's going to be a long workshop. That's one way.
It's all about achieving goals.
Achieving goals. Okay, so what is our goal then in this? And I'm not talking about the goal of being, well, here's something to think about. And I'm kind of going off topic a little bit, but something to always think about. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Sometimes they can come together, okay? But being right, are you okay with it being at the expense of a relationship?
No.
And as a leader, relationships are what make our jobs easy, period. So I've been in meetings before where my staff have reacted to things. Great, I don't have that luxury. Because if I react to one person, great, I'm reacting to that one person, but my entire staff has seen me, and it has changed the environment in which I do my job. So I do not have the luxury of reacting. Okay? So with that in mind, so our goal, whenever we find ourselves in conflict, our first thing is to bring down that wall of defensiveness, to create that safe environment. Okay? Either the wall is going up, person shutting down, or the wall is going down, and we have effective communication. So when you find yourself in conflict, first thing is to check yourself. Okay, don't react. Let's stay calm. Second thing is, how do I help bring the person's wall of defensiveness down? Because when they come into you screaming, I can almost guarantee that that's not the real reason they're there. They feel threatened, out of control, all those things that we feel when conflict comes towards us.